We're honored to be joined by Aisha Thomas-Petit, who is Senior Vice President, Chief Human Resources Officer at Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. Aisha, good to see you again.
It's great to see you, Steve.
Let's do this. We had a great conversation. We met at NJPAC, New Jersey Performing Arts Center. I was having an in-depth interview about leadership with Gary St. Hilaire, your CEO. And we were talking over lunch as to how you came to Horizon. Talk about that journey, and then we'll talk a little bit more about HR in 2025.
My goodness. Okay, well, I came to this seat, what I would call a pretty wild and unsuspecting journey. I have had careers in a couple of different industries, crossing financial services, HR technology and service, media and entertainment, if you can believe that, and now in insurance, healthcare. And so in all of that, it's been, I'd call it a wild ride in human resources. I started my career on the business side of banking back before all of the mergers, what is now known as JP Morgan Chase, up to and including Horizon today. It's been amazing to lead teams in very different industries and business sectors. And I've lived through some of the most unimaginable circumstances with contracting and expanding, closing the doors on organizations and opening others all across the world. So it's been fantastic, Steve.
Aisha, let me do this. First, let me disclose once again that Horizon is a significant underwriter of public broadcasting, our work as well in public broadcasting. Let me ask you this. Why do you think it's so difficult for so many professionals to receive honest, constructive feedback without being defensive? Not a big question, just a question I think about all the time. Go ahead, Aisha.
Well, I think it starts with the average human's discomfort with vulnerability. People are simply not comfortable being exactly who they are in front of the camera or behind the scenes. And when you conquer that vulnerability aspect of who you are, you get less defensive along the way.
Do you think that learning to be more receptive to constructive feedback about how you can improve is something that is a learned leadership skill?
I do think it's learned. I mean, I definitely feel like there's some personality traits or characteristics that make it easier for a leader to show up more vulnerable than perhaps they would otherwise. But it really starts for me with knowing who you are. You know, if you could sit down and write down on a piece of paper the things about you that make you a leader, you're probably more inclined to meet the person in front of you with a level of openness and receptivity and vulnerability than perhaps you would if you did not do that exercise.
Well said. Let me ask you this. For you, to what degree have you intentionally and strategically been engaged in career development for yourself, A, and B, to what degree in your role do you provide career development coaching?
It's a great question, Steve. The root of career development for me is an evaluation of your personal and professional networks.
Relationships?
I'm sorry?
Relationships?
Absolutely. Relationships that go deeper than I think we've gone in the professional space. I had the benefit of sitting in the audience. A Harvard professor was giving a speech about 10 years ago, and she talked about the need to not have your professional and personal networks be static. And she talked about networks in the context of three categories: strategic, operational, and developmental. And that sort of bifurcation of those three categories really sat with me because when I sat and took stock of who was in those categories of networks for me, it kind of gave me a signal on how I either was or should have been navigating my own career. We have a tendency as humans to have the same go-to list. whether it be in the professional or personal space. And quite frankly, we do ourselves a disservice when we don't sort of add to or subtract from, or, sort of keep fresh those three particular networks in support of career development. I am crystal clear sitting in the seat that I'm in today that I did not get here by myself. I got a very good advice and counsel and support, and dare I say the word love along the way. And so I really count it my duty to look back, look to the side. I'm really looking up, down, and across for opportunities to impact someone's life. I don't think that you can be a leader without having very strong influence and very strong impact on a place, or a thing. And if you're lucky, you get to do all three. So over the last couple of years, I've really connected myself more deeply with organizations that provide access and opportunity for people who perhaps didn't have it in the past. Even to this day, you can probably look around in C-suite roles, and I'm sure, McKinsey does a study every year with stats on what I'm about to say. There are still very few women, and dare I say women of color, sitting in C-suite roles. And I count it a blessing to have gotten to the spot, but I am only as good as the wins that come behind me. I've already, in effect, I think I said this to you, Steve, previously, by all accounts, I've won the game on corporate America. I don't feel like I can continue to win unless it's off the back of someone else's win.
Wow. Aisha, when I met you at NJPAC and we had a brief conversation with our good friend, Jen Velez, right?
Yes.
We were having lunch, and I thought, this is someone who's had a fascinating journey in corporate America and the work that she does, and volunteer boards, great organizations like Big Brothers Big Sisters, our friend Carlos Leniak's there.
Yes.
I wanted to make sure that you were able to share your insight, your wisdom, and your expertise with our audience. And we cannot thank you enough for joining us. We look forward to speaking again. All the best, Aisha.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. Lincoln Tech. The Russell Berry Foundation. NJM Insurance Group. The New Jersey Economic Development Authority. United Airlines. Newark Board of Education. New Jersey's Clean Energy Program. And by PSEG Foundation. Promotional support provided by New Jersey Monthly and by bestofnj.com.
I'm very grateful that I'm still here.
That's me and my donor when we went to celebrate our first anniversary.
With a new kidney, I have strength.
They gave me a new lease on life.
I'm still going everywhere and exploring new places.
Nobody thought I was going to be here. Nobody.
And I look forward to getting older with my wife. That's possible now.
We're transforming lives through innovative kidney treatments, living donor programs, and world-renowned care at 2 of New Jersey's premier hospitals.
They gave me my normal life back. It's a blessing.
RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.